Yes, sir.
So let's start the story first. And
Present them. Black color present them.
the story was something like this: that there were two stores, or rather, there were two companies that wanted to sell slippers into a village. And each of this company employs a salesperson and tells the salesperson, go to the village, there find out if we have scope to sell slippers. So company A and company B, let's take them. So company A person goes to the village and sees that in the village there is no one who is wearing a footwear. Everyone in the village is walking around barefoot. The second salesperson comes and he sees the same story out there and he says, no one in the village is wearing footwear, everyone is walking around barefoot. And they both go and report to their respective managers. The first company fellow says, absolutely no scope. No one is wearing footwear, we won't be able to sell it. The second company person goes and says, 100% scope, no one is wearing footwear. So if we are able to sell one, it will multiply and we can sell many more. So the bottom line is how you see it. The perspective matters a lot. So if you are able to look at it as a positive, or rather if you are able to make out some or get some way into your problem, it will solve your problem. If you are not able to, in that case, you will land up like the company A fellow who said absolutely no scope. Okay, let's going on with that. I got something over here. Just want to put. What is this? Can you tell me what is this? Sorry, can you tell to the entire? Can you tell everyone? What is that? It's soil. Can you sell that? Can you sell that? Can anybody sell soil? हाँ मिट्टी बेच सकते हो? नहीं, मैं बोलता हूँ किसको बेचना है? You have to sell it now. When the season is coming, you can sell it to a person who is making idols of content. You can sell it to a gardener, or you can sell it to a person like me who likes to keep potted plants at home. What is it? Soil. Where is it found? Everywhere, but you can still sell it. The question is, know the product and know whom to sell. So tomorrow, after you finish off your graduation or your post-graduation, when you land up in the job market, you are the product. And the person who's sitting in front of you, or the panel that is sitting in front of you, is the company or the person who's going to hire you. The bottom line, or rather, what you need to know over here in this next 2-3 years, what you're left in this college is polish this product. Know the company, know the person whom you're going to sell yourself to, so that you can derive maximum benefits of it. And that is where careers go. So, where can you get careers in biological sciences, or how can you develop your careers in biological sciences is what we want to do, right? So the first question that any time I start a practical in BSc, at least one student will come and say, sir, scope hai kya? This question continues at the end of BSc last year. Sir, iska kya scope hai? And then they come in MSc part 1 and then they say the same thing. Sir, scope hai kya? And at the end of MSc part 2, they say, sir, scope hi nahi. And you see, it is the same thing that they are asking questions of same question year after year for a period of 5 years, and still they don't find an answer to this. The reason why they don't find an answer to this is because they haven't seen what to do beyond the next year. So you finish your first year and you go to the second year. You finish the second year, you go to the third year, and you say in the third year I will get 80, 90 or 9-pointer or 10-pointer. But what after that? So you need to look into what you can do, not next year. You need to see what you will do 5 years hence. Place yourself 5 years hence. Where do you see yourself 5 years future? And that is where career fairs like these come into. So the first and foremost thing, where can you do your postgraduate studies? I think most of your graduates, undergraduates. So where can you do your postgraduate studies? You can do your postgraduate studies in all these institutes which are funded by the central government. And as Pallavi Madam just a few minutes ago told, that a lot of money is available with these organizations to fund you people for your studies. And also the entrance exam. Now, I wouldn't be going into each and every organization. It would be, I would just have run out of time. So I just go through the slide. Should be slide. These slides obviously be passed on to Madam also. Mahalakshmi Madam, you can go to it. And whenever needed, you can speak to your respective faculty members regarding this. Right? So, these are the institutes that are funded by the central government. But again, the problem is that this people who get into these organizations are the clean. Okay, I'm not disheartening you. I'm not discouraging you. I'm not telling that you can't get into. As of now, you can't get into because you are not prepared for it. 6 months down the line, you prepare for these organizations. I can guarantee you will get into. The only thing is that your preparation which is there is where it is lacking. I'm talking about most of them. I hope some of them have already started preparing. If you always need to have a contingency plan, one doesn't work, the second one has to fall back on some plan, and that is when PG courses in and around Mumbai come into picture. So you have got various courses that are offered in and around Mumbai, even up to Pune. Then you can go to bioanalytical sciences, which is offered in our college. It's offered in Dhulia, it's offered in Khalsa, Viva College. These are all institutes where you can get this course offered. You have herbal sciences, bioinformatics. These are courses which are offered not only in Mumbai but also in Pune. Environmental science is offered by a sister organization in Nehru. Food and nutrition, our college biochemistry department itself offers a course. That's of course a diploma course, but nevertheless it is a stepping stone thing. Clinical and nutrition, food processing, biophysics is being offered in Mumbai University, and clinical research. There are organizations, or rather, there are institutes in Andheri that are offering these courses. Okay, so there are a lot of organizations. Over and above this, you already know that our college offers MSc courses in zoology, botany, microbiology, chemistry, biotechnology. Biology. So these are the courses that are available with us also. And trust me, if you are able to score well in these or do well in these, along with the proper dissertation, you are going to go places. Then, as Pallavi Madam said, when you're going to chalk your career, you need to look at the time frame. How many hours, how many years, how many months you can spend. If you do not have a 2-hour period, I'm sure we have many of our students who cannot spend more than a year after graduation studying. So for those kind of students, we have got a diploma course which will run anywhere between 6 months to a year. And these, we have all these kinds of courses, and these courses are wonderful courses. We have a lot of students who are pursuing radio techniques. There are students who are pursuing bioinformatics as well as IPR. So these are kinds of courses where you can have a skill set developed. You can develop a skill set and then keep focusing on that and keep on working towards achieving excellence in whatever field you have chosen. Again, you feel that I would not like to be in core biological sciences. I would like to do some amount of management as well as some amount of biological sciences. You have courses like pharmaceutical management and biotechnology management, and these courses are offered in institutes like NM and MIMS. What might come as what is a surprise, but what actually takes people as a surprise when they hear it for the first time is that science students prefer more healthy courses than commerce or arts students. And I believe this is because people of science background have a greater aptitude towards these courses. So if you look into a management college, a classroom of management students, you'll find many of them are graduates and postgraduates in managerial science or sciences for that matter. And these are courses that I just listed. There are n number of courses. Just giving you some few of the courses that you may think about. Okay. Again, there is one more option that you can work for a couple of years in an industry, and you feel that I want to do an MBA, but I cannot do it full time. I can't leave my job and do an MBA. You have courses from universities like IGNOU. You have institutes like YCMOU who offer you online courses. And these courses are also good for your education and for your promotion later. These are well recognized courses by every institute, every industry, because of which they will play a very important role in your career progress. Marketing is one. Again, by some reason, many science students are found in marketing. Operations, financial, not that many of them don't prefer, but some of them do. And HR. In fact, just before the lockdown, we had a lot of students from my department actually preferring to go to HR. And that trend has also continued last year, where I have got 2 students of mine who have gone into HR for MBA. Okay, so you have career options again in a corporate setup apart from the laboratories. So what to do after PG? All this while we have been talking about what can you do during after your UG. What about after? One thing which people think about is academics, where you can get into school teaching, junior college teaching, and degree college teaching. Each one has a different criteria for qualifying. If you want to get into a school teaching, then you will need, if you're going to teach tiny class, then you just need a BEd. If you're going to teach slightly higher classes, then you need a master's degree followed by a BEd. Of course, those things are changing now. And then if you need to teach students of your age, then you will require a NET or a SET exam to qualify to teach in a college. Apart from that, you can also work in laboratory and field. Now, field, when I say laboratory, you all understand there is laboratory people from science to laboratory. Biological science people have an advantage of working also in field, where you can be employed by an NGO or by a research organization like IISc, INSEAD, WRI, and in those institutes you can work as a field assistant. When you go to the field, collect data for a scientist or a PhD student and give that data. That's also one more advantage that we have apart from working. Creative writing is one field that people need to look into, especially of your generation, because you need to write a lot. Creative writing employs a lot of brain work. You need to do a lot of reading. You need to do a lot of thesis, synthesis, and write material according to what is expected on a particular topic. So if you people from zoology will know that we have got a newsletter called as Life, and in that this is what is encouraged. So we ask students to write articles, and that is published in our newsletter. But creative writing does not end there. Creative writing does not only belong to books like Science Reporter or Resonance. Over and above that, if you have seen National Geography or Discovery or History channels, and in these channels there are scripts to be written for the narrator. So David Attenborough is talking something that has to be scripted out, and that script comes from a creative writer. So a creative writer does this job also of writing something that the narrator has to narrate. And this is possible only by a science student, because he or she only knows the ins and outs of what exactly needs to be mentioned. And that too in a language that anyone can understand. It should be a very simple language, a colloquial language. Again, I would like to tell that newsletter does this because we have got videos that we post on recent topics of discussion of biological science. So this kind of creative writing which is there needs to be done. There are also institutes that actually teach you this. Okay, and lastly, of course, you can get into a corporate field where after an MBA degree you can always jump into corporate and do. Now, why corporate is important? Why corporate is a very good option is because after you do an MBA, you will no longer be holding a pipette. Okay? You will have to sit on the chair and tell the person holding the pipette to me, this is how you're supposed to work, and these are the things that are expected of you. And that those jobs are much more high paying than the person who's actually doing sitting there. So once you become a PI, okay, you are expected to also do something more than science, and that's where the corporate comes in. I'm talking about industry. I'm talking about industries. I'm not talking about institutes. I'm talking about industries where an industry, where a PI in an industry will have to also do a lot of corporate jobs. Okay, over and above these are the basic sciences that they need to know. So, bottom to just to wind it up, medical coding is one field that you can think about in the immediate run. Dietitian and nutrition, clinical management, data management, these are all something that you can look into. Madam, excuse me, this will be passed on. Okay. Scientific consultant, as Madam just now some time ago spoke to us about scientific consultant. I told you something about laboratory and field assistants, instrument technician. So whenever we have got some, I'm not talking about a normal scientific, I'm talking about high-end equipments. When they are not working, that then you require an instrument technician that is required, who needs to know some amount of biology and some amount of physics and some amount of mathematics and chemistry, who will come and do this rectification job. Research assistants, this again is both in field as well as in laboratory that is required. Diagnostic laboratories, so you can do a course where you can work, you can do a course in standardization of it's not a course, it's just an experience that you gain, and then afterwards you can get into a diagnostic laboratory where they prepare diagnostic kits for colleges as well as hospitals. And finally, we have got forensics. Forensics is offered in Mumbai by St. Xavier's College. They have a diploma course. Also in Gujarat. Gujarat has a proper full-fledged degree course that you can apply. So I think with that, I would like to list out companies that other this is just a small list of companies that you can go to that that hire students. The only thing is that you need to have a good skill set that has to be polished over the years. Before I wind up, I would like to thank our principal madam, Mahalakshmi madam, for inviting me over here. Dr. Mahavir, Dr. Suri, and Dr. Pramod, who have helped me in this presentation. My entire department, also who have given their suggestions. I should not forget Soham, who introduced me. Thank you very much. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you, sir. We acknowledge your kind words. Moving towards the end, I request my friend Janet to propose the formal vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. A warm and graceful afternoon to our chief guests, principal, teachers, staff, and everyone present here. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks speech and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this event happen. On behalf of COE and the inspector, I sincerely thank our chief guests, Dr. Uma Shankar, Mr. Sumitra, Ms. Shalini Gavre, Ms. Maya Nair, Mr. Anupam Singh, Dr. Pallavi Roy, and Dr. Madhavan Gopal for taking time from your busy schedule and placing the occasion with your warm presence. It's indeed a great honor for us to have welcomed these prominent speakers. I would also once again like to thank our honorable principal, Dr. Uma Shankar, for encouraging such events in our college. Ma'am, you are truly an inspiring personality for all of us. A big thank you to Maharashtra ma'am and our own teachers who are always there to guide, motivate, and help us to arrange such events. I'm thankful to the volunteers who worked hard since last week to make this event happen. I owe a special gratitude towards the people who have worked behind the scenes, the technical arrangement team, the PR team, the digital team, and the housekeeping staff. With your help, it was a smooth event. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the audience for your cooperation in making this event a successful one. Thank you everyone. The event is formally concluded. We may disperse. Calling our volunteers and staff for a photograph session.
जो है उसके साथ फोटो लेने स्टाफ और चलो जो लोग हैं उधर थैंक यू एवरीवन एंड टुमारो feel free all secrets of all the videos of the talk and tomorrow there will be career